for sitting down and talking to me about our program.
Thanks. So last season was obviously a very memorable one. We were 44-19. We're the CAA champions. An appearance in the NCAA Super Regional with 2 close games against Texas A&M and finished number 16 in the country. So tell me about your run last season and how exciting it was.
It was very exciting. It was a ball club that got better and better as the year went on. It was a team that was fairly young. We had a lot of leadership with a few of the older guys that we had on the team. But it was a great run. It was a team that was very consistent. It was a team that was very selfless, that played together, that played hard. Our team's strength last year was our pitching staff and our defense, which hadn't always been the case here. Sometimes we've been known more as an offensive type program, but we threw strikes and we played defense last year, which kept us in every game, and it was the recipe for a championship, and we played deep into the postseason because we did a good job of that.
Definitely. So this year, collegiate baseball has ranked you number 25, and you're anticipated to win the CAA again. So have your goals changed or expectations for this upcoming season?
No, our goals haven't changed. Our expectations haven't changed. This year as compared to last year or really any other year, our expectations is to play into the postseason, to win our conference, to play in the postseason, and ultimately get to Omaha. That's been our expectation since day one, so that hasn't changed at all. So we expect, right now we're just trying to make sure that our guys are doing everything they can to maximize each day. We have a very short window trying to get ready for the season, and right now we're just trying to maximize our productivity on the field every day by making sure our guys are practicing hard and being engaged and are coachable and trying to get better at their weaknesses, but also trying to make sure we work on our strengths and understand what our strengths are. So really it's more about taking care of each day by day in the program and being more process oriented necessarily than outcome oriented. So if you take care of the day, you tend to find a way to win at the end.
Well, you are coming back with 2 starting pitchers as well as 6 returning starters. So how does that help the team, having these returning players?
Well, anytime you have returners in your program that are used to having success and played vital roles in that success, it's a good thing. That's what experience is. Experience is good when you've got guys who have been successful. And we have quite a few guys on the pitching end that threw a lot of meaningful innings for this team last year. And we return a lot of position players who played every day for us and had a lot of at-bats and a lot of time on the field. So we do have some experience. So I think that'll bode well for us. Our guys are working hard. They have high expectations. They understand what we're trying to achieve as a program. So we're excited about the upcoming season.
Right. Your pitcher last year, Bailey Ober, got a very high mention by collegiate baseball. So what is players like that really? How do they impact the team?
Well, anytime you have a guy like a Bailey Ober, or any player for that matter, I think the first thing is you got to look at that player's his work habits, his mental makeup, how much winning means to him. Our pitching coach Matt Heath did an excellent job of developing him. He's one of the best freshman pitchers I've ever seen. Probably the best. I've never seen a kid come into a program and make that type of an impact. And I don't know if he would have been able to make that kind of impact without the guidance of our pitching coach, who did an outstanding job with him and all of our pitchers. So, having a guy like Bailey on the pitching staff, he leads by example. He works hard. He does everything the right way. He's a great student also. So, he just exemplifies what we look for in a student athlete in our program. And he's a great role model for our guys coming into the program as well.
You have a few new freshmen coming in, and who would you say people should be watching out for this season?
Oh, wow. We've got a lot of guys. I don't know if there's it's hard for me to say you need to look out for this player. I think that, with our first-year players, they understand that we do have some veteran players in the program. We can put a guy at every single position that has started at that position the year before in some role. So it's, our younger players coming into the program, they have to earn their right to get on the field. And we have some guys who are very capable of being able to compete for us and play at a high level. It's just a matter of will they earn that opportunity early in the season. When their opportunity comes, obviously we hope they do well, but it's very difficult as a freshman to be able to step in and contribute at a high level. But we have a number of guys. We have Ryan Brown, who's a freshman outfielder. I think will make some significant contributions. Bradley Dixon is a freshman middle infielder. That's a very good player. Tommy Richter, another freshman middle infielder, is a very good player. And I'm sure I'm missing a lot of guys here. Wade Ardini, a left-handed pitcher that's new to the program, I think is going to help us a lot out of the bullpen. So, but we return a lot. We returned 6 or 7 pitchers that pitched a ton of innings for us last year, and we returned a lot of guys that played for us. So I'm more about the team, more so than the individual player success. So I just think as a collective unit, we have the right pieces in place to be successful.
Last question. So your first game is in 2 weeks against USC, who's also a ranked team by collegiate baseball this year. Have you started planning your game approach for this?
Yeah, we have. We haven't started to look into their team and their strengths, and they got a lot more strengths than they do weaknesses. They're one of the best programs in the country. I think the biggest thing for us is just the atmosphere, playing in that atmosphere, an SEC atmosphere in front of 8,000 to 9,000 people. We're not going to play in front of a bigger crowd than we do opening weekend all year, in a roster that is extremely talented. So we know we've got a big test going into the first weekend playing in a hostile environment like South Carolina, but we got to embrace that. We've got to embrace that type of challenge. If you want to play at the end of the year, you have to challenge your players, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. Opening weekend, just throw our guys right in the fire and see how they do.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me, and good luck this season.
Thank you very much.
This is Katie Kajfez reporting out at Patriots Point.